Hello, I'm Austin Heyman. Welcome to Seniors Today, a monthly program produced by the Commission on Aging and devoted entirely to issues and interests of Montgomery County seniors. This month we'll learn about a wonderful program connecting young people with seniors to help them become more technically proficient. And we'll talk about the ever-important issue of emergency preparedness. But first, the Roscoe Nix Distinguished Community Leadership Award is presented each year by the county executive to individuals who over the course of their lives have made extraordinary contributions to the quality of our community at the very highest levels of excellence. Roscoe Nix was a Montgomery County resident and community icon who gave a half a century of service to Montgomery County. And this year, one of the recipients of that award is Vivien Hsueh. Well, welcome, Seniors Today. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So, how did you come to America to begin with?
Well, I came here when I was 18 years old to college. One of the reasons I came to America was because I got a full scholarship, okay, including room and board and tuition, and that's the only reason I could afford to come over. And
after you graduated, you had a very distinguished career on technology.
Yes, I did. Yes.
Geico and.
Yes, I worked for Geico for about 5 years, and then after that, IBM for 15 years.
So what led you to start the Chinese American Senior Service Association?
Right.
CASA, I don't know is CASA.
Right, okay. Well, there are many reasons for doing it. First of all, you know, one of my way of giving back to society, especially the United States, which has been really great to me, okay. You know, educated me, gave me a good job, and you know, my family is being raised here. And the other reason is, you know, I have, when I came to the United States, I could hardly speak English. And I have no friend, and I was very isolated. So I really do understand the pain of isolation and do not speak the language. So after I retired from IBM, I felt that I really should be doing something for seniors because, you know, I am getting older, and I was getting older.
Well, you mentioned isolation. There are two reasons for isolation. One was the language barriers, and the other is seniors sometimes become isolated.
Yes, okay. You know, many of the seniors that come from China, they came because they want to help their children who's been working here and studying here and start raising a family and, you know, to take care of the kids. And so they, you know, they help their children to raise the grandkids. But when the grandkids are getting older, they find themselves still, you know, still started the same way, don't speak the language, don't have friends, and they feel extremely isolated, okay? Most of them don't have transportation and no friend. So I thought that if we can get all these people together so that they can communicate, they can talk to each other, you know, and many of them are extremely well educated.
So about 10 years ago, I think, you started with about 35 members?
Oh, yes. Actually, you know, it's now the 12 years of CASA.
The 12 years.
Yeah, but I was very involved with CASA for, you know, first 10 years. Now I'm sort of retired and, you know, pass the baton to somebody else, okay?
So how did it grow from 35 to practically around 3,000 now?
Yeah, one of the things is through, you know, volunteering, okay? All the workers that we have are volunteers, and they are all non-paying volunteers.
That's wonderful.
Yes, so I think that become a volunteer gives a lot of goodness to the seniors. Not only they are finding friends, they are, you know, but they are finding their worthiness. They feel that they are still can do something. They are helping others. Okay, they feel they are, there's a purpose in life.
Mm-hmm.
So every morning they get up, they look forward to go to the center, to work with the friends, to sort of, help the center, like when the volunteer go to the center, they will set up tables, okay?
So you're actually, the programs are with the recreation department centers. There were there about five centers?
Yes. One of the things that you have to mention is I really appreciate recreation department for helping out, okay? They're really seniors advocate. And I think all the seniors know that without their support, we would not be able to get together because, with a group of people, we need facility, and recreation was, kind enough to let us have facility, from like 10 o'clock to, before 2 o'clock.
So what actually goes on for what are they?
The programs.
The program,
okay.
Yeah.
So when they first come in, the volunteer would set up tables and so forth, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then and the people start coming up. So we have program which is, set up by the volunteers, like Tai Chi exercise. We have line dancing, we have Chinese dancing, we have ballroom dancing, we have a chorus group, okay? So there are a lot of programs that we put together, and those programs are really all put together by the volunteers, yes.
So is there a website or a phone number for CASA?
Yes, but I don't have it
Oh,
offhand,
okay.
sorry.
What in addition to CASA, you have been very active in the community, and I know you've been on the advisory council to Council Member Berliner. You and I co-chair a work group on age-friendly.
Right.
So tell our viewers what you're doing regarding the age-friendly initiative to encourage more seniors to become involved.
Yes, well, after CASA, which, I feel is extremely successful, starting from 35 people now is over 3,000 seniors, as members. So I thought that, the similar thing could happen to other ethnic groups. Okay, so, being, involved with the county on the age-friendly Montgomery, one of the things that task I took up with Austin is to get other ethnic group, as involved.
We're about running out of time, but so that group was the South Asian group at the North Potomac Center.
Yes, we started with one of the commission aging friend, Raf. So we got, the Indian volunteers together, and they were very enthused. So they are meeting every Monday at North Potomac.
Yes.
And so they set up their own program. They're happy.
That's wonderful. And as if that's not enough, you're on the board of the Jewish Council for the Aging. You used to be a commissioner for the county's Commission on Aging. So when presenting the award, the county executive said she saw the problem of isolated immigrant Chinese seniors, and she did something about it. Congratulations again, Vivien, and thank you for coming this morning.
Thank you.
When we return, we'll learn about a technology program connecting seniors and young students. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going.
Recycle more now.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to Seniors Today. Those of you who know me know that I started Interages 30 years ago, trying to connect seniors and young people. Interages has certainly grown since then, and they have started a new program called Tech Connect. And joining me to tell us more are Leah Bradley, the Assistant Director of the JCA Interages Center, and Erica Torres, an instructor with Tech Connect. Well, welcome to Seniors Today.
Thank you.
So Leah, what is Tech Connect?
Tech Connect is a program where we bring students from the community into various locations around the community and the county to help older adults learn technology. So we're doing that through informal means where older adults are bringing their own devices with them, as well as teaching some courses through Senior Plan at Montgomery.
So how did you get started in this?
How did I get started?
Yeah.
It first began as community service, and then it grew its way into payment. So in the beginning, it was just like a trial. So we started at Swine Hut, and then we continuously grew out into community centers, libraries, older adult housings.
So what is it you do? I should tell people, you were my teacher.
I was, of course.
So tell the folks, what is it you do?
What I do is important. What I do, I help older adults. I help them understand that if they don't think they can learn something new, they can learn it. It's a process, but that's the whole point of learning, right?
Right. So you actually work with smartphones?
I work with smartphones,
and with
phones, tablets, laptops, computers.
And we have a whole team of instructors like Erica, who are high school students or recent high school graduates who are prepared to help one-on-one as seniors come in and answer whatever questions they have.
And this has been going on in senior centers and libraries?
As well as older adult living facilities and some community centers.
So have there been particular issues that you've encountered in trying to teach seniors?
One, I would probably say most of them are like, oh, I'm too old, I'm gonna forget. There's no point. But you know, like I said, you continue. I give, continue giving. You know, you're supposed to don't stop the learning, don't stop trying. You know, you learn that at a young age, you continue it.
In addition to this one-on-one tutoring, are there also classes that have been?
There are. So when we first started this program, it was spring of 2016. Students from one of the high schools in the county developed a curriculum that they then taught to seniors. So we taught from basic computer skills to Facebook and email. Since then, we have partnered with Senior Plan at Montgomery, and this summer our team of Tech Connect students taught 2 social media courses at various centers around the county.
So have you had any individual success stories that is there something that stands out for all the people that you've worked with?
Of course. You know, we got some people, you know, they don't know, haven't talked to family relatives in a while. You know, after a couple years, boom, you know, I missed your nephew, I missed your grandson, I haven't seen you in 10 years, you know. Actually, we got one from, she was in the Holocaust, you know, got caught up, you know, lost communication. And then, you know, we found one of her grandsons, I believe, and, you know, they started communicating like that.
Oh, that's great.
And so we are able to teach the seniors those skills they would need to then continue to communicate with their family members when they're not with us.
So for future class, are there going to be additional opportunities in the future now?
There will, absolutely. We are working out our schedule, but we will have some teens that are going to be in various locations throughout the county on a regular schedule throughout the school year, where they're able to assist folks in a help bark type of capacity.
Oh, that's
as
great.
well as we're looking at continuing some of our social media workshops so that we're able to keep teaching seniors all year round.
So how are folks going to find out about, is there a way of connecting with you? Or?
Absolutely. Folks can contact JCA Heyman Interages Center at 301-255-4234 and just let us know if you're interested in learning the schedule once we have it.
So you're now going to Montgomery College, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Have you thought about next after that?
After that, I'm going to pursue in teaching, high school, secondary education. That's what my major. I teach some English.
Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're a good teacher.
Oh, yeah, taught Austin.
So, Interages has a number of other programs. Tell us a little bit about some of the other programs.
Absolutely. We offer a number of volunteer opportunities for older adults in the community to go into schools and assist with mentoring and tutoring of students from pre-K age 4 all the way through seniors in high school. So there's many opportunities to help with literacy, math, mentoring, and much more. We also have opportunities for volunteers to go into some health and human service centers and read to children while their families are in the waiting areas of those rooms.
I just recently visited one of those sites.
Yes.
It's really very impressive. So these are folks who are often low income and are looking for, I think it's like the food stamps and other.
Each center offers various services.
And they bring their kids.
Correct.
And they might be there an hour, as I understand.
Or they may be there multiple hours, depending on what services they're there for.
So you've been able to recruit some older adults to be volunteers with the kids, and I saw this one.
Yes.
One person. It was she was just wonderful.
Yes, they read with the kids, do some coloring, early literacy type of activities. We have an emphasis on healthy living, healthy eating in many of the activities that we're doing.
So that's a program you're also recruiting for.
Yes.
Great. You mentioned the mentoring program. I mean, that's a program that's been going on for like 25 years.
Correct.
It's helped a great many young people, but seniors get a great deal out of it, don't they?
Absolutely. It's a great opportunity to give back, to share wisdom and expertise from the years, and have a chance to understand what kids are going through right now.
So, what did you learn from being a teacher, tutor?
What I learned.
How about seniors?
Yeah, what I learned, it's just you continue. You don't stop. If somebody really wants to put their heart into actually learning something, I believe they should actually learn it. And you don't just give up on the person. You continue and help. And that's why I want to pursue in teaching.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you both for coming in and sharing the work of Interages and the Tech Connect program.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
When we return, we'll learn more about what we should know about emergency preparedness. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, mister, down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout, and this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe, so respect the bus.
The pain will not control us. It will never break us, define us, or keep us still. Because arthritis can't beat us if we beat it first. In the fight against arthritis, you need a weapon. What's yours? Visit the Arthritis Foundation at fightarthritispain.org.
Be active.
Welcome back to Seniors Today. We seem to see headlines about either natural disasters or terrorist tragedies on a weekly basis. And certainly being prepared for emergencies is often included in those stories. But what actually should we know and do to be prepared? Joining me are Dr. Earl Stoddard, the director of the county's Office of Emergency Management and Homeland Security, and Patrick Campbell, the senior planning manager for mass care and sheltering with the county's Department of Health and Human Services. Well, welcome to Seniors Today. We seem to keep having hurricanes, and it's been relentless this fall. How does the county prepare for hurricanes, disasters, or whatever?
So I think it's really important to recognize that we spend 365 days a year preparing. The media has obviously been following these hurricanes, and as well they should. The destruction of Harvey and Irma and now Maria has been significant. But it's important to recognize that there's a whole host of people at the county level who spend every day working to prepare the county to respond. And so I think it's really important to recognize that we bring in partners from across the gamut, not just within government, but also private partners, including our utilities, to make sure that we're prepared to operate cohesively to respond to large-scale events. We've been fortunate that we haven't seen something of the scale of what they're seeing in Texas or Florida, but we have had some significant events, and we use those as unfortunate opportunities to test ourselves, recognize what we did well, learn from those experiences, and improve ourselves going forward. So it's a real team effort. I think that, and Patrick here, we've worked together for years on issues that face our residents, and we partner well together to do.
So how is the Department of Health and Human Services involved?
Sure. I mean, just over the past month or two, before we even knew Harvey, Irma, or any of these storms were coming, we were simply doing additional trainings to increase our shelter teams, to look at our planning guides. We've trained, almost now about 100-some employees in addition to what we had for sheltering. So we knew it was coming. This time of year is when these high-risk events come, so you sit there, you focus on it. And even simply having a heightened awareness. We want to make sure we're monitoring the weather, but in the most educated and careful way. So that way, if something does happen, we can begin moving supplies, equipment earlier than later.
So, as a resident, the most common problem that we've encountered, I think, are power outages. That's it's mostly like the snow and the wind,
Yeah, weather events are our most common threats in Montgomery County, and so power is a huge vulnerability. We've obviously worked with the utilities, particularly PEPCO, to improve their service to try and prevent those issues. But we also encourage our residents to think about their own liabilities, particularly as it relates to power. We have a large portion of our county that's relying on power for medical devices and other things that are life-sustaining. For those people, it's really critical, number one, that they get on those emergency lists that the utilities have for power. But also, number two, think about the fact that you could have a situation where you don't have power and you have those devices, and you need to account for that as part of your emergency plans.
So, tell us a little bit about what you think we as citizens should be, as residents of the county, should be doing to prepare ourselves.
Sure. I'll start, and then Patrick, you can certainly add. I think, so first off, we encourage everyone to have an emergency kit. That's the first step. The goal here when you have an emergency kit is that you really are trying to aim to be self-sufficient for 72 hours. We recognize that not everyone can be self-sufficient, but what we want is for those people who can be self-sufficient to be so we can use our public safety resources to help those who we know can't. And so when we talk about being self-sufficient, think about every adult person needs a gallon of water per day. You need to have clothes for all situations, thinking about the power outages and temperature within your house. You need to have batteries and flashlights. You need to have medications that you might need to take and leave your house with should you need to evacuate your house. And so on our website, we have a whole list of things that should be part of your emergency kit. We encourage people to
tell us about what's the web. Where is the website?
Sure. So MontgomeryCountyMD.gov/OEMHS is our website. On there you can find a whole host of information, both from us in the county, but also we link to FEMA, and they provide a great deal of resources about what you should have in your kit and how you should prepare your family's emergency preparedness plan.
And I guess you can call 311 to
Correct.
get
Correct.
directed to the right place too.
Absolutely. The 301 is a great resource that we're well connected with. They will forward you. So if you're interested in things like Alert Montgomery, for example, they can help you sign up for Alert Montgomery. If you're having issues signing up on the website, they will absolutely direct you to my office and help you.
Yeah, Alert Montgomery. Yeah, I mean, I think that's great. I've signed up for it, and I think you said there were like 250,000.
Yeah,
people.
we've had a huge uptake from our residents. We actually have the largest system in the area, and we are out there every day making sure more people are aware of the system, and we're also out there trying to collect feedback on what we can do to make the system better. But overall, the point is, we're trying to offer a service that people can use on a day-to-day basis for things like traffic and weather.
Yeah.
But also, it's there, and we have them in our systems should there be a big event. Tornadoes are, we've had a couple tornadoes in the county over the last few years. Those are scary events, and we want to make sure that we can provide immediate notification when we become aware of them.
My phone buzzed.
Oh yeah. Well, so actually that's a really good point. So there's actually a system on top of our Alert Montgomery that we as a county have gone through a very rigorous process to be registered in. It's called we won't go into the whole description, but we can actually use the cell towers without people signing up to provide them certain critical notifications. It's a program through the Federal Communications Commission and Department of Homeland Security. So it's a really great system that we've been able to take advantage of.
So, Patrick, you're involved with the sheltering program, I think.
Yeah.
And how does that work?
The point of our sheltering program obviously is to deal with those who are displaced from disaster. Now, this can happen from various reasons. Talking about a power outage. I mean, if we're going to be in hot weather or cold weather, it may be necessary to open a shelter, hurricanes, anything that displaces people from their homes, even sometimes access issues. We get a large snowstorm where all of a sudden these people are stuck on the highways. They need a place to go. We can't get them back to their houses. So the shelter program is intended to be essentially a lifeboat. Let's get people somewhere safe, somewhere dry, start providing food and other resources they need to maintain their current health, and then address any long-term needs that may come from a disaster.
And you could find out if you needed a shelter by calling 311, assuming that you have a phone that works.
That's right, yeah. If in the event that a shelter was to open, or even if you just requested assistance, 311 is a good place to look up that information and learn where you might be able to go. It's not something that happens every day. Sheltering, obviously, it tends to be more extreme, but like I said, I mean, they could happen for a power outage.
The power situation has improved, I gather.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was involved in the 2010 effort under the executive's office to sort of push PEPCO on this issue, particularly PEPCO, and we've seen tremendous improvements both in their tree trimming programs.
Well, that's encouraging because that's
absolutely so important. We can prevent disaster. That's really important.
Yeah, and it becomes really important too because if you're looking at the way most homes are, designed with HVAC systems, power goes out, that's no heat. That's no cooling. So it creates, very quick issues for folks. During Hurricane Sandy, my parents lived up or Superstorm Sandy lived up in Jersey. They had oil heat and they also had a wood-burning stove. But people forget, right after it hit, a big snowstorm hit. So for a lot of folks, the shelter numbers went up because of the cold weather. And so power outages mean more than just charging cell phones. I mean, it could mean, that severe harm to yourself if you get below freezing temperatures or extreme high temperatures.
Well, thank you both for coming in and
thank you very much for
helping us to get prepared for whatever may come.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for this month's Seniors Today. Don't forget that you can access a great deal of information about county services for seniors by going to the Montgomery County Senior website at www.montgomerycountymd.gov/seniors or call the Senior Resource Line at 240-777-3000. And as always, thank you for watching Seniors Today.